You know, none of us ever know what the day will bring.
Life is fragile and precious. Though each day is unknown, some days feel more momentous than others. The phone rings, and you hear heart-wrenching news.
The doctor takes you into the office to talk about your lab results.
In the mailbox is a letter from a friend you thought you'd lost contact with forever.
As the two of us prepare to go on this sabbatical, it is a time of transition. It seems a natural time for acknowledging plans, fears, hopes. We plan to travel to India, as you have heard, to explore another culture, visit temples and shrines, volunteer with some projects, study and practice meditation, visit families of people we know in India in their homes.
When we imagine being in India, it's easy to worry. What will it be like to be in a place with so many people, so much poverty, and yet feel so all alone?
How will we handle getting lost, trying to figure out where we'll stay, and how we'll get around? How will we be with all that poverty and intensity?
How will we deal with merchants who are swarming around us? What will it be like to be away from what is normal, familiar to us?
And certainly the terrorism in Mumbai adds to the fear. But none of us really knows what will happen anywhere.
Naming our fears feels important. Naming them is the beginning of transforming them. Each of us moves ahead, being careful, and also take risks and trust.
And fear isn't all that we feel. We feel amazingly blessed and grateful to have this opportunity. We want to make real connections, bring the fullness of ourselves, offer and receive humbly, learn, stay present. We're excited.
We hope to learn what is common to and what is at the heart of the many religions that began in and are now present in India. We want to visit their sacred sites. At this time in my life, I want to grow in consciousness, in awareness of the wide variety of incarnations of being human. I want to grow my compassion. I want to wake up to what's most important.
I want to learn to be creative with all my barking dogs.
Would it be too much to want enlightenment?
Yeah. How about at least renewed commitment to visit regularly the one seat, the place that opens us to compassion? And wouldn't it be great to be able to return to you more mature, wiser, more relaxed, and playful, renewed, with new awareness, ready to go deeper?
While we're away, what changes will happen here? How will people deal with things that come up?
What changes will go on in your personal lives? Who might not be here when we come back? Who might move across the country?
Who will arrive? How will they and we get to know each other?
It's certainly our intention to come back healthy and whole, but who knows what could happen? When we return, how will we be changed? And how will you?
We could ask these questions anytime that we part, between one Sunday service and the next one. But we take more notice when we know we will be gone for 6 months. This is the 13th year of our ministry with you. We have been touched by your lives, your stories, your joys and sorrows, the weddings and child blessings, the memorial services, and by our living and worshiping together week by week.
After theological school, before I met Bill, I moved to Salt Lake City with my 2 children to serve there as a minister. Our daughter, Sarah, was in early grade school, and at school she was asked to describe her family. When she got to her mother, she wrote, "My mother wants to be the best minister she can be." Through the ebbs and flows of my personal life and the life of this congregation, that desire remains.
We both want to be the best ministers we can be. Discerning among possibilities, we try to do our best. Sometimes we fall short. We ask your forgiveness for any way in which we have harmed you.
We ask your forgiveness for the mistakes that we have made, the ways we have let you down, things we didn't notice, times we disagreed without as much care as could have been.
We give thanks to this community. We thank you for your sincere efforts to live Unitarian Universalist principles, to show up on Sundays, to share your real self with others, to care for one another, to step in and do what needs to be done, to act kindly and justly in the world.
When we are fearful, we know that the practice of gratitude is sustaining. When we name all that we are grateful for, we experience our abundance and bounty. We feel creative, generous, and loving. Giving thanks calms fears.
We give thanks to you and for you. We are glad for the life we all share.
We don't know what will come up in congregational life while we are away. We put our faith in the lay leaders, in our other ministers, Chris Holton-Jablonski and Lynn Gardner, in our community ministers and chaplains, in this community as a whole, in the values that we all affirm.
In the service on December 21st, we will ritualize the beginning of the sabbatical. Barbara and I will celebrate with you the 10 o'clock Christmas Eve candlelight service. Then the sabbatical will begin, and we will leave for India.
We will take the love of this community with us, and we will be glad to return to you in life.
While we are apart, we put our faith in the force of love at work in all our lives. We trust in love. Love moves us from destructive to creative thoughts. Love is the opposite of fear. We're talking about a love that supports people through illness and tragedy, a love that makes calls and casseroles, writes cards and supercards, a love that encourages gifts, good spirit, humor, and joy. Our work as a congregation is to encourage wholeness and to move ourselves toward justice and generosity.
Our mission as a congregation is to dispel fear and create love. In the big picture, we believe, we know, all will be well. Love be with you. now and always.